Hey guys, welcome back to EURUSD and ES futures. My voice still sounds ridiculous. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna get right into business. Last night I had posted this is the major backtest I was looking for. Reason being is this is where we sold from. One can clearly see this is a shelf of lows set on Thursday evening, uh, Friday afternoon, and then we sold from there. If you look into a 15-minute chart, you'll see there was a bounce here before more selling. That is where you would have gone short. Up here would have been a little risky in my opinion because you would have been at peril for a failed breakdown. One could have short below this low. As you can see, the level was tested once, twice, so the third time was a little bit more likely that a sell would occur. I wouldn't say that I'd expect a sell so big, but I would at least assume a sell level to level from below this low to maybe here or even down here. And that is why shorts are not ideal because a lot of times you'll get a bounce right after that will possibly take out your short. Where longs, if you treat them correctly, like here, if you went long on this failed breakdown as well as major level backtest, you would have still been long this whole portion with the open position because there has been this low has not been taken out. So again, I always stick to longing even in bearish markets, bearish meaning for the day, for the week, for the month, just because typically you'll see more of a chance to stay long for a longer period than you will be able to stay short. Moving forward, like I said, this was the big resistance. This was the level I was looking for a back test of, and that's exactly what we got. We got from 1067 up to almost 1200, 135 points about bounced from this macro level. Macro levels are major levels of inflection points taken from months and years of data. Pretty easy to look back if you see that they are useful. They've been useful a lot. Anyways, we I provided to my people that essentially I was looking for selling to go long. Ideally, the only setup above would have been a reclaim. I didn't provide that in the notes, but that is clearly what would be happening. As you can see, the level was tested tremendously and accepted tremendously from 415. We triggered around 11:45, 12, sold off, and then came right back to the level, which is ideal. And then we took off at 3:30. This is a 45-minute chart. That itself was a great setup. If I go down to a 15-minute chart, you're gonna see how every level was pretty much of importance in a way. This level right here didn't exactly provide specific bounce off of it from below, but from above you can see we pretty much pushed through the level and then pushed off of it almost by a tick to get to the next level. This level right here, clearly we closed right at it. We pushed through the macro level and sold back down. We pushed through the macro level again until getting level to level. That's what trading is about for me, getting from level to level, understanding where the setups are and not over trading. Moving forward, we're on a 15-minute chart. I woke up around 8 o'clock because I'm not feeling great. The first thing I noticed was we obviously had broken through and reclaimed this. So we have a lot of things going on. We have the active field breakdown from that macro level test below that I mentioned. We have this nice reclaim. So what I expect from that would be a back test of this reclaim level potentially. It's not guaranteed, but it will be something that would interest me potentially. But beyond that, I noticed we just kind of flagged sideways. If I expand this chart, you can clearly see how we just kind of went downward and at an angle, which is to me bullish flagging. Generally speaking, there was no uptick, so it just kind of just went directly down into this level. What I was looking for was to go long here if I got the proper setup. I saw that we had a low here around 12:15, and I had a macro level about 2 points above it. Sorry, a minor level 2 points above it. So what I wanted to see was a dip in recovery of this level and then a failed breakdown of this low for double confirmation to give me an idea that this could be a solid trade. Indeed, I did take that trade. I'm currently in a small runner. I took off most of my position at this level touch. You can see we clearly tagged this level um, from below, and then we went up a little bit more. I took some more off up here, and now I have a very small runner just because I would love some more pullback, and I don't want to lose the gains that I have. A failed breakdown of this low will be great now. Maybe a dip below, tag this level, and then recover this 12-12 level will be an awesome setup. Otherwise, like I mentioned, the back test of this resistance level is something I'm interested in too. We obviously also sold off from this macro level. We went a little bit above it to trap some more longs. People were expecting to go long above this level. That's why you see the 1, 2, 3, fourth time it pushed through and then sold back down. That is how pricing works. That is how people get trapped. You want to get in before the trap or wait for a setup after the trap. So before the trap would have been this reclaim. After the trap would have been this diagonal flagging below, and then use your ability to judge what makes a good trade to go long. Clearly you see at this level, closed right at this level. It showed me that this level was significant. I had a little bit of a low to work with here, even a low to work with here if I look at a 5-minute chart, but I prefer 15. But you can see there's a cluster of lows, this low right here, this low right here. We dip below those two lows and then reclaim them. So I'd want to go long above the higher low just to be safe, which was right around here. You can see now possibly we might be getting a second entry, a bounce off of the entry area, and then let's see if price can go back up. This would be a reclaim setup in a way. Wouldn't be one I'd probably be interested in, but it still kind of is something that could pique my interest depending on if there's a good amount of acceptance. So right away I'm noticing that, so I'm going to just put reclaim. If it goes right through, it could just work. Otherwise, if it hits it and sells a little more and then starts pushing through it, that would be a setup. Real quick, just want to go to ES. What we got there was a dip and recovery setup that we were anticipating overnight. One could have traded this one right here. So we set a low here from 5,900 up to about 10 points, a decent low, and then we dipped and recovered that around 9 o'clock. That would have worked great level to level, even one level up. I wouldn't have taken it. It was a little late for me. But then overnight at 5 a.m., we got the dip and recovery and the failed breakdown of this shelf of lows. We never lost this initial low. So I don't think, let's see, low 96.25. Yeah, so we never technically lost this low. You want to put your stop loss at least a point below, usually anything you're trying to work with, maybe even 1.5 just because of spread. So this trade would have worked out great if you ended up taking it. Now we're kind of just chopping up in this area, flagging in a way, not seeing much to do. I wouldn't really want to take a reclaim at this level realistically. What I would love is a nice sell, maybe down to like this area and then reclaim this. Or what would be great is I'll sell all the way to 58.50 and then see some type of setup there.